You spent all this time learning your open chords. You've got them under your fingers, you're moving to them, you're changing them, you're learning songs. But for those of you that like to sort of think outside the box a little bit, be a little bit creative, with all this effort that you've done with making the chords, what happens if you start to lift up fingers with these chords? So let's look at our C, probably one of the early beginner chords that you get taught. Here's a C chord. So here's our lovely C sounding, major, happy, heard it a billion times. What happens if we lift up the middle finger? So we get a very different sound by lifting up the middle finger. Okay. What happens if we lift up the index finger? We get a much more chilled out chord. It's actually another chord itself. It's called a C major 7. But if you're strumming a C chord, let's do this. Down, 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 up, down, up. If we just start lifting up fingers, lifting up middle, lifting up index, lift up, put it down. So with your C chord, just by taking fingers off, this doesn't mean adding fingers. We can add fingers to the C chord, but that's another lesson entirely. But just removing fingers sounds quite nice. Let's look at the D chord. Here's our D. If you just remove your middle finger, you get a D suspended second. My favourite group of chords. I love a suspended second. So just by lifting up the middle finger, you get this. If you lift up the index finger, you get this slightly more spooky sounding D. So experiment, lift up fingers, mess about with the chords that you know really, really well. Let's look at A minor. If we lift up the index, we get another suspended second. With an A chord, lift up the pinky finger, or if you're doing your A like this, lift up the ring finger, or doing your A like this, lift up the ring finger. So take fingers off of your popular chords. Some will work, some won't. For example, here's something that probably won't. Here's your G. Lift up the ring finger. You get a major 70 sound. Actually, it's not a major 70. But there'll be some that will work and some that won't. But if you do it in the context of a strumming pattern, for example, C, lift up middle, A minor, lift up index, D, and that's without adding other fingers in and adding little bits of ideas. So for example, the C, you can add in other fingers, other ideas into the chords, but just by lifting them off and experimenting with how they sound and how they feel for you, that's a really great way to explore creativity and songwriting and also train your ear, because your ear, if it sounds right, it is right mentality, which is kind of the sort of mantra of ear training. It helps your ear hear the difference between these chords as well. So have some fun with it. Lift up your fingers, move your chords around, as we also looked at as well. And don't take these chords that you've worked really hard at as read. Move them about, be creative with them. I certainly did when I started out learning guitar, and it was a lot of fun. And I hope you find it fun too. Keep on playing.